west of San Angelo, a right piece. Neighbor, that's Down on the Farm Country, and I am your host, Larry Marble. Hop Sing is going to make us a chicken fried steak, some jalapeno gravy, plenty of Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad, and I'm going to pour the iced tea and the coffee, whichever you prefer. We just prefer you sit here and visit with us at Granny Marble's kitchen table because we're all a big old ag family. Remember, if you eat, you're involved in agriculture. So whether you're a farmer or a rancher or just somebody from town or country that eat, you're part of the Down on the Farm Radio ag family. Let's begin with a look at ag weather across our region, and we'll look at that region today from San Angelo all the way down to Alice. And let's take a look at these weather forecasts over the next 3 days through that Christmas day. In San Angelo today, mostly sunny, 69 and 25. The winds begin to blow overnight into Thursday the 24th, sunny, 59 and 29. And on Friday, mostly sunny, 67 and 39. Neighbor, the winds today in San Angelo picking up to about 17 mile an hour out of the north. They'll continue that way on Thursday, and they'll finally subside back down to about 6 to 8 mile an hour by about noonday on Friday. Let's drop down to Kerrville now. Today, mostly sunny, 69 and 25. Winds picking up again into Thursday the 24th, sunny, 59 and 29. Friday, stray cloud, 67 and 39. As we look at the winds over that same period of time for that Kerrville area, Thursday, we're seeing 8 mile an hour out of the west. Friday, we're seeing them switch and come out of the south about 6. And by Saturday, they're still out of the south, but they'll pick up by that time. About 3 p.m., they'll be almost 20 mile an hour. Neighbor, let's slip over to that Edna and Del Campo area. Today, mostly sunny, 78 and 29, breezy again overnight. Thursday the 24th, sunny, 58 and 32. Friday, mostly sunny, 67 and 40. As far as the winds in that Edna area, today we're calling it 10 to 12 out of the southwest. As we move into Thursday, anywhere from 17 to 20 out of the north. As we come into Friday, it'll drop back down, and probably by about noon, it'll be coming out of the west 5 to 8 mile an hour. Neighbor, let's take a look at Alice right now. Mostly sunny, 78 and 39. They're showing maybe a shower overnight, 1 or 2 points. They're saying 30% chance of moisture, but I don't see a bunch. Thursday, sunny, 57 and 34. Friday, mostly sunny, 67 and 42. Today's winds out of the southeast, we'll call it 6 to 10. On Thursday, they pick up quite a bit out of the north, anywhere from 17 to 20, then dropping back down as we come into Friday, and coming out of the west, 6 to 8 mile an hour. Neighbor, let's take a look at commodity futures. Of course, we'll begin with corn and end with lean hogs. Looks like the row crops continue to push into new high ground. March corn was up 2.5 cents early, continuing to push into the new ground with extra support from a tight bean supply. As we look toward beans, we see soybeans trading up 10 3/4 early today, showing no sign of slowing their uphill climb. As we look toward KC wheat, up 5.5 at last glance today, a strong start for the day that is normally quiet 2 days before the holiday. As we look towards cotton, the market ended slightly higher yesterday due to a lack of follow-through selling. The U.S. dollar was higher yesterday as the traders continue to short cover that market. As a reminder, the cotton market will trade a full day today, a partial session on Thursday, but of course totally closed on Friday. McCoys.com, McCoy's Building Supply, still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. Farm and ranch panels and gates, field fencing, welded wire panels, barbed wire and electric fencing. Shop online and find products and the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, let's turn our head and steer our gaze toward livestock. In general comments, as feeders quickly approach the Christmas holiday, the cash cattle market still remains relatively quiet going into this morning. The exception continues that both sides would desire to wrap up the trade sometime today in order not to have to break away from Christmas preparations on Christmas Eve. But time is running out, neighbor, if all needed trade will develop through the day. The amount of cattle needed in the negotiated market is still uncertain as the packers will run reduced schedules this week and next, limiting the immediate need for cattle. But the fact that the full packer runs will develop the week of January the 4th should stimulate some additional holiday buying. Cattle are being placed and priced at 110 and higher on the hoof and the dirt, 172 and higher on the packers rail. While the packers continue to focus on the market leverage they have had to, particularly in the north, over the last few weeks with a desire to limit cash sales to steady at best. The underlying support in boxed beef during the week seems to be pointing to further resolve from the feed yard community, but it is uncertain if the feeders will leave cattle unsold over Christmas if desired prices are unavailable. Beef stocks in the freezers nationwide increased in Tuesday's cold storage report, increased 2% from October levels and up 7% from a year ago. Even though that increase is seasonal, it was up from a year ago's seasonally larger numbers. Beef cuts were the only beef category to see reduced stock, falling about 4% from last month, but cuts also posted the most aggressive gain compared to last year at about 15%. A total of 511.4 pounds are in the nation's freezers. That would be 511.4 million pounds in the nation's freezers at the end of November, further accenting the large weights seen over the last couple of months, able to put increased product into our beef system. Boxed values were mixed to mostly higher, with limited pressure in the choice cut, offset by triple-digit gains in the select. This helped to solidify increased livestock equivalents, focusing on increased product value through the whole holiday week. The ability to sustain beef market growth through the holidays and into the new year is likely to add fundamental support into the complex ahead of January 2021. Livestock trade remains vulnerable in the very light holiday activity, as seen time and time again in these holiday weeks. Fundamentally and technically, market factors can sometimes be thrown out the window, leaving increased price volatility. Of course, each region of the country is different. Ours is dry, so lots of cattle are coming to town, but the beef price, live cattle price that is on the hoof, has done well in comparison to what it could have done during that surge.
BASF understands that your field is the future. That's why we provide you with easy solutions for investing in it. Rewards Beyond Rebates helps you find the ultimate reward at harvest through better agronomics, not a rebate. And with the BASF financing program, it's easier than ever to expand your operation with better terms and less requirements for investing. Learn more at rewardsbeyondrebates.com. BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow label directions.
Neighbor, now it's time to open up the row crop segment of Down on the Farm with a report from Texas Farm Bureau Radio. Tom Nicoletti has a story about some new seed varieties that we might be planting in cotton fields here in Texas. Right, Tom?
New cotton varieties for 2021. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Texas News and Views from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. More after this message.
You're looking for soybeans that give you the yield you want. But when it comes to fighting your toughest weeds, you also need flexibility. With the latest innovation from the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, you've got the best of both worlds. Introducing Extend Flex Soybeans. Built on high-yielding Roundup Ready to Extend soybeans with triple tolerance to dicamba, glyphosate, and glufosinate. That means you're getting elite genetics designed to work seamlessly with XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology, a restricted use pesticide, Roundup Power Max herbicide, and Liberty herbicide. Now that's flexibility. Extend Flex Soybeans. The yield you want with the choice you need. Talk to your dealer today and visit extendflexsoy.com to learn more. Check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
5 new Delta Pine Class of 21 varieties were evaluated by new product evaluator growers located in all regions of the Cotton Belt, including Texas. The results of the large acre variety plots and their feedback on management and performance were instrumental in determining the Class of 21. 4 of those seed varieties are well adapted for Texas cotton fields. Following the recent NPE Virtual Summit, Delta Pine Cotton Product Development Manager Dave Albers joins me today to discuss 2 of the varieties. And Dave, thanks for being with us as we talk about DP 2115 and its benefits for cotton farmers along the Texas Upper Coast and the Brazos Valley.
Delta Pine 2115, it's Bollgard 3 Extend Flex variety B3XF. So, yeah, this is a product that's really helping us move the yield bar again, and certainly with that early maturity and a shorter statured product for Texas markets, we'd want to keep this on irrigated fields and more productive fields. But under those environments, it's really shown to be very broadly adapted. It can handle kind of that medium yield range up to a high yield range, and seen excellent yields out of it. So we're very excited about the DP 2115 for those parts of Texas, Brazos Bottom, Upper Coast, like you mentioned. It does have adequate storm tolerance. I think that's going to be a good plus for it in that market as well. Growers, they need more return for every dollar they invest in a crop, and these higher yielding products are certainly helping them move in that direction.
Also, Dave, let's move to a variety to be released exclusively in Texas, that being DP 2123. The best fit is for the region north of Lubbock into the Texas Panhandle. Exactly.
The 2123 is with that 23 maturity, early to mid, and we've seen very strong performance in that area north of Lubbock. It's going to be in our dry tough program, so that means it's priced and for that tougher acre, limited water to dry land acre, good seed size to help on emergence and early growth, and we see it replacing in that northern market, replacing northern high plains and panhandle market, replacing an older product that's been in dry tough, the Delta Pine 1522. So it's got improved disease package over the 1522, and definitely a step up in yield. And one thing, in that program, we want varieties that'll yield in a tough environment, dry land, a tough environment. But when it does rain, these products also need to be able to respond and produce high, strong yields for growers, because that may be the 1 or 2 years that they're going to make good yields when it does rain. So that's definitely a part of what we have in the 2123, a good yielding product with improved disease package over the older Delta Pine 1522.
That is Dave Albers. He is Delta Pine Cotton Product Development Manager. On our next program, we will introduce 2 more new cotton varieties to be available for the 2021 growing season in Texas.
Parenting is full of surprises.
You never know what to expect.
So after our son was born, I called my Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent to set up a life insurance policy in case something happened to me.
Sawyer is now 2.
And we'll soon have a sister. There's no one else I would trust with protecting my family.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com for an agent you can trust with life's most important decisions. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
This is Texas News and Views. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, let's update our commodities of ag interest. We need to try to do that before y'all head back to the field or pasture or your other designated workplace. Of course, my designated workplace is right here down on the farm's kitchen table, doing programs for all these stations who want them early for the holiday. It's amazing how you try to take a day off in radio, but you end up working the same number of hours just within a shorter week to have those days off. But that's the nature of the beast. March corn, 494.5 up 6. March beans, 1264 3/4 up 15 1/4. March bean meal up 6.5 at 420.80 by the ton. Your March number 2 cotton contract up $1.09 at 75.91. February live cattle up 35, 113.80. March feeder cattle down 30, 141.57. February lean hogs up 95, 66.97. Class 3 milk up 74, 17.12. Your March U.S. dollar index down 336 points at 90.21. Your February gold contract up 630 at $1,876.60 by the ounce. And February West Texas Intermediate crude up 99, now up $1 bill at 48.03. Neighbor, there are your commodities of ag interest. Neighbor John Tuggle is out of the state, so he cannot provide us grain reports this week from the ports. So let's go to the Texas Daily Cash Grain bid site for the USDA. Looks like the northern panhandle on corn, 470 to 480. Central panhandle, 478 to 485. The southern panhandle, 490 to 504. As we look at milo, northern panhandle, 470 to 570. Central, 520 to 526, and the southern panhandle 530 to 545. As we look at Texas cotton, neighbor, 3,423 bale of East Texas. Prices range from 70.01 to 72.51. 4,050 bale of West Texas. Prices range from 70.01 to 73.26. Neighbor, that's it for this edition of Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Hope to see you again coming down that pecan tree line lane to have a big old heaping helping of ag information with us. Until then, God bless you. See you later.